Hey, good afternoon, everyone. We're going to be coming on live in just a few more minutes, so grab your pencil and paper, and we're going to be drawing the holiday version of Mana, if you know our Mighty Marvel characters. And Mana is going to be eating a turkey drumstick. So, so he's going to be eating a turkey leg. So we're going to do something pretty creative for the holiday season, but we'll be starting in about a little over 3 minutes. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Once again, welcome to Marvelous Academy. Today, we are going to be drawing Holiday Mana. Now, if you've been joining us and you've been drawing with us, you know that Mana is one of our Mighty Marvel characters. He's a fun one. He's a fun character because he really knows. Let me change this a little bit. Sorry about that. That way you can see the our Instagram account or username. So if you want to follow us, go to NH, it's on this side, NH Marvelous Kids on Instagram. So what I was saying is that Mana is one of those characters that his scripture is Nehemiah chapter 8, verse 10, where Nehemiah tells us that the joy of the Lord is our strength. And they were coming from a place of grief because the people of God knew that what they were doing wasn't right. They knew that they were in the wrong. So they were mourning and weeping and, going through their emotions. And so God's encouragement to them was, this is not a time to weep, because you know where you are and where you need to go. And sometimes in life we make mistakes, but we move on. And the only way we can is when the joy of the Lord strengthens us. So when you're discouraged, turn to God and you watch how he strengthens you. So let's get to our drawing. And once again, just to remind you that when you draw, what we're going to do first is sketch. So when you sketch, you're going to use your whole entire arm, not your hand, and you're going to draw as light as possible, because you can always go darker when we do our outlines, but you can never go lighter. And in the sketch process, you're not going to be doing any erasing. So go get your pencil and paper, or if you have it already, let's do this. Okay, so we're going to change to our, this perspective. So here's what we're going to start with. When it comes to mana, it's a very simple circle. So you want to start with a circle. This is going to be his head. And I'm drawing it kind of small because his body is going to be here. So his body is a little smaller. So it almost looks like a snowman type. And which is fine. You can be okay with him being a snowman. Yeah. So because he's that snowman looking type, on the bottom is going to be kind of like his shorts. So it just basically starts out that way. Draw a line right in the middle, just so that you can have a reference of the left and right of his body. Okay? Once you have that down, we're going to focus on the head. Now I'm going to zoom in so you can see, but you're just going to have to go closer to your paper so that we can at least visualize or see what his face is going to look like. You're going to divide it in half very lightly again, very lightly. And once you divide it in half, you're going to draw another line right above that half. And then another one right below that. That's going to be the top of his eyes. Then you're going to draw one midway between here and here. You're going to draw another line here. This is where his ears are going to be. So you can draw these two circles like that. If I'm going too fast, you can always pause, okay? And then his eyes are going to be right here in the middle. And you can go a little bigger, but not all the way up to this line. Just ovals like that, okay? And you want to space them apart enough to where if you had three eyes, that space in the middle would be that eye, or that much room between the two eyes. Okay? And if you were to divide this in half, then his pupil will go on the inside of these lines. Okay? Now we're just sketching, so don't draw too dark. I'm drawing dark enough so that you can see. And then you're going to draw a line from this part of his ear to that bottom part, and you're going to see why, but this is going to be the bottom of his face. And then you're going to draw, if this was a heart, let's just say like this, you know how you draw a heart, so it would look like that, and this is going to be his hairline. And then let's go up here. If it's this high, let's go a little higher because he has spiked hair. I should have shown you a quick drawing of what he looks like. That way you have an idea. That's okay. We'll be okay. So now you're going to draw his hair like this. Not too high, just above this area. So just like that. Then you're going to draw kind of a curved line, and then you're going to bring it in like that. It almost looks like a house. And then this part is going to come right above his ear. Not too angled like this, but more this way. More like that. These two should be the same angle. Don't pay attention to this one. Yeah, get that out of the way. I was just showing you what angle you shouldn't have. Okay, once you're done doing that, I'm going to draw his nose, and his nose is like the back of a heel, just like that, like your foot. So you're just going to draw just a quick one like that. Very simple. His mouth, because he's going to be biting on something, we're also going to kind of, his eye, we're going to have that to it. So his teeth are going to be like this. And the turkey leg is going to be like that. Now we bring in some details of his eyebrow. So this eye, you're gonna kind of cut, not halfway, but almost halfway. It's gonna be thick here and thin there. So just like that. And this is gonna be colored in. So that's what it's gonna look like. This other eyebrow is like a wave. It comes down, scoops up, and is thick over here. Thin on this side. So thick and thin. And this is going to be colored in also. So you can lightly sketch that in. That's going to be his eyes. Now when it comes to his body, again, he has a, we call it an opu. That's the stomach. He has kind of a good size opu. This is going to be his deltoid, this part of his arm. And then this is going to be his biceps. He has big biceps. Then he has a big forearm. And then his hand is going to be holding the turkey leg. And the turkey is going to be in this direction. So the bone is going to be on this side. So we're going to draw the turkey bone down here. And we'll get the details of that. You can draw, you know, maybe kind of like a square, and then his hand is going to be here. So we'll get that correct. That's the bottom of the bone. Okay. So got that. And this is his opu. His other arm is going to be on this side, so you can draw that circle for his other deltoid. And then his arm is going to be like this. My camera just went off for some reason. Did it? Yeah, it did. Why did you turn off? That's strange. Okay. So you're going to have his other arm, and his other hand is going to be here. Why are you turning off? Why would it be turning off? I'm not sure, Mr. LACSINA. Okay, we'll figure it out. Hopefully it doesn't keep turning off. If it does, I'll just keep turning it back on. So it's going to be the back side of his hand. It's going to be behind the bone. His shorts are going to be here. So you can draw his shorts, just boxes or squares like this. And then his feet are going to be, so if his leg is here, you can draw like these two larger ovals. His feet are going to be here and here. So once you have that down, you can draw his first shoe and then the second shoe. He has like, it's like Crocs, I guess. And we'll get more of the details there. But for now, you can draw it like this. Draw a little swoop and then a little heel here. His arm is going to come like this. And then swoop down. This is his forearm. And his hand, give him some knuckles, 3. And of course the turkey is going to be there. His thumb goes behind the turkey. And his forearm. Bicep. Just like that. Probably have a t-shirt sleeve like that. This is going to be for his neck. This part, like the collar area. And this is going to be the turkey. So it's going to be more like that. Okay. For his ear, it's going to be here. You can draw a little, like a lobe on the inside. Once you have that down, we're going to go to what is called inking. So the inking process is why we draw very lightly here. So the sketch should be very light. So the inking, change my pen. You can get a pen or you can use your pencil and draw darker. So with the inking process, I'm going to start with the eyes. So I'm going to start here. Draw an oval. And you can keep the inside like a highlight like that. And then this one, I'm going, and you can turn your paper just like how I'm turning mine. I'm going to draw this eyebrow here. And I'm going to draw the underside of his eye. And remember, and you can go thick to thin. And notice I pressed hard and then I went light. That's how you go thick to thin. Draw the other eye on the bottom. This one won't have really a highlight. I can add my highlight later. You can leave it like how you had it. Now don't draw the top side, okay? That was just for reference. And once you have your sketch down, you can go quickly with your inking. That shouldn't take you too long for the inking. Okay? And you're just going to follow all of the different areas where we already put in our sketch. You can go to the nose. And you don't have to follow my pattern. You can start with the ear. It's really up to you. I'm going to start with the mouth here because I should go this way. Because he's eating the turkey and I want the turkey to be behind the teeth. So here's the turkey and I wobble it a little bit so it looks more like turkey and maybe add some texture. You know, the turkey skin or meat or whatever it is. Draw his hand, knuckles, that part, elbow, arm, deltoid. I should draw the bottom of his face already. So let me start with his ear. I'm going to do his ear on this side. Come down for his face. Come up for the other side. And then bring his ear around. Draw the inside of his lobe. Then I'm going to draw the hairline. Now his hairline actually comes like that. Here. It comes like to a point. And then we can do the top. So he has some spikes. And then you can do the sides also. I'm going to bring it in. Bring it in like that. And he has like right on the edge, just spike it up a little bit. Then you can draw in the accents of hair. And please move in the direction of the hair. Don't draw it like that. Just make sure it's all in line with the direction that you're moving in when it comes to his hair. Yeah, that's how it's looking. Finish this side, forearm, big bicep, t-shirt. He's stretching that thing. Okay, other side arm. This is going to be the bone, so that's like that. His hand is underneath, so you really can't see it. Drawing his opu. So his opu is actually coming around on that side. Draw his shorts. You can wave it a little bit because shorts are wavy in material. Bring in his, those are the ties, the shoestring, but it's for shorts. And then you can put a pocket there. Maybe some, you know, those stitching, just to add some detail onto his shorts. And you can draw the bottom of his leg. Put in this shoe. I don't know what kind of shoe this is. It's a mana shoe. Just like that. And then we can add in the color after. Remember, his collar is there. Put his sleeve here. He wears a medium size shirt. Maybe put a little, another grin here, like that. Or on this side. Yeah, there you go. And maybe one right there too. So it looks like he's really chewing down on that turkey. Okay, now we're going to bring in what's called the flats. And this is his colors. So Mana has basic colors. And you can use whatever color you want. You don't have to copy my colors. You can choose because if this is the holiday season, then he's going to use whatever colors he wants. But I'm going to keep it simple. I'll give him well, first let's do his skin because he has It's kind of brown skin, so I'm going to drop it in like that. You can color it in. Because I'm using an iPad, then I can just drag and drop my colors. That's what it's going to look like. Here's underneath. The turkey though is going to be brown too, so I don't want it to be too close to his color. So I'll make it, let's go light turkey. Let's try this color, see what that looks like. Okay, that'll work. And of course the bone is going to be white, so I'm going to color that in just to cover it up. What color shirt should we give him? Maybe we can give him a light, sorry, I have to change this wire. Maybe we can give him a, what kind of color? Let's try, I don't want to go with red. Holiday shirt. Let's try this light blue, see what it looks like. That could work. And then give him some, as you can tell, I don't know how to dress things well. Let's give him a dark brown shorts, since we gave him a blue shirt and that don't match. Dark brown. Hang on, I have to plug this in because my power is... Okay. And color that in. Okay, that's a dark brown. That's fine. He has a blue shirt. Cool. Maybe we'll make this part of his sleeves. Is that the same color blue? Okay, we'll keep it the same color. Then of course his hair. Just go a little lighter than his body. Then we can color this in. And this side. He looks orange. That's okay, we'll add some shading. Oh, and then his eyes, of course, are going to be white. So I'm going to make sure I color in his eyes. His teeth also, it's going to be white. Oh, that's his opoo, right? So I have to catch that. So watch for the details too, don't miss those things. Okay, oh, his shoes. Let's make his shoes like a gray. Let's go with a gray. Let's go with gray shoes. Gray, gray. That'll work. Now we're going to do shadows. And the shadows, the way I do it is with my, because it's digital, I can do it in a kind of a technique that I use. I just go with a dark black, but then it, I make it a little lighter. You can use a light gray, you can use a purple, you can use a color that's darker than the color you're coloring on for shading. And remember, when you're doing shading, look for where the light source is. For us, the light source is coming from that direction. So all of the shadows are going to be on the left side or on the right side of him. And because his hair is like this, we bring in the shading like that. Shading comes under here. So study shadows. Study the shading that you see around you. And know where your light source is. There's shading under here too. Maybe even in his eyes. So it adds depth. That's what shading does. Maybe not like that. Sorry, I erased. I shouldn't be erasing because you can't erase. Under his nose is going to have some. On the top side of his teeth. And maybe even in this area of the turkey. Just like that. Shading in here. Under this eye. Probably on this side of the hair because his hair is thick. Maybe even here because of his hairline. Just like that. Maybe even here. So just shade where you feel necessary and then look at it, and if it doesn't look correct, then just learn what you did or what you could do different the next time. And you can learn from every drawing that you're doing. Don't just think you're going to get it in one drawing. Same thing with the shading. Here under his arm. He's flexing a little bit because that That turkey is hard to bite. Have you ever eaten turkey like that? The turkey drumstick, I guess it's called, or turkey leg. Yeah, it's not easy to eat. That thing is messy. Should have some shading in here because of the turkey. Maybe even underneath because his head is rather large. He's a big noggin. Okay, underneath his belly, because he has a good size opu, he's a very good eater. In his shorts here, you're gonna have that and that side underneath. There, just like that. The bone, you're gonna want to put some shading too. Okay, now we're gonna do what is called highlights. And this is the same technique as shading, but now you're gonna go on the opposite side because of our light source. So the light source is now on this side rather than where the shadow was. Just highlight a little bit. And it's like, just like my hair, you can see on this side, you can see a little bit of the highlights from the light source, the sun coming from this side. Okay, you can even put on the top side of the ear, right here, his arm, knuckles, arm, hand here. Some of the turkey, make it look a little, juicy. Right here on its shorts, shoes. Just highlight certain areas. You can highlight the pocket and maybe here and the top side of his arm. You can even put one like that just to highlight, maybe even like that. You can drop one there. And then the top highlights are gonna go, and this is where I said for your, you can put a real tiny one. His eyebrows. Maybe not on his eyebrows. You don't want to highlight that. Okay, that's our holiday mana. Eating turkey. You can change the color of his hair if you want. I just made it a kind of a, it looks almost orange, but that's okay. We'll learn next time. But that's mana, getting ready for Thanksgiving or enjoying Thanksgiving already. Hopefully you can draw your own holiday mana. Maybe you can experiment with it and see where you go with that. But I just wanted to do something fun today for the holiday season. We're going to take a break next week because it is Thanksgiving. So enjoy your Thanksgiving. And I hope you enjoyed today. And as always, stay marvelous. God bless.